guys? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. My name is Annie. I welcome you to come into these tarot readings with an open heart, an open mind, and a desire to better yourself. This is optional advice or guidance meant to motivate you, empower you, inspire you, and offer you confirmations on things that you are already thinking and feeling and sensing. If you don't resonate with the material that comes through, please push those messages aside. They may resonate for you at a later date, and they may not. Have faith it's going out to someone who needs to hear it, even if it is not you. Use your logic, your discretion, your discernment. Separate what is meant for you and what is not. I come at this with love and positivity, so please take that away here today. You are responsible for all your own actions and decisions. Let's try and have some fun. To get you some insightful messages, check out that box below for the decks I use, how to contact me for a personal, as well as my social media links. Welcome to the tea party. Let's read your tarot cards. All right, Cancers, what's up? Welcome to your December monthly. Let's start you off nice and strong with a music oracle. This one's popping out. Beyonce. Oh my, Cancer. Confidence can be the most powerful aphrodisiac. Be both everywhere and nowhere at once. When someone sings from the heart, don't go tone deaf. Ooh, Beyonce. All right, welcome to your December monthly, Cancer. We'll use that. We'll keep that in mind as we go through your reading. First half will be love and romance. Second half, career and finances. Timestamps down below. Let's shuffle some tarot, guys. Let's do it. Cancer. Cancer. Connect me with the Cancerian energy for December. Love. Tell me about love, romance, relationships. Cancer, remember, you can view this through any lens you want. If this makes sense in your career relationships, take it and run with it. And if nothing fits, drop it like it's hot. You guys know the drill. All right, Cancer in love. Let's get some messages here. Break the deck. Ooh, starting off strong. Cancers, generally speaking, your last several readings have been very positive. I think we had one or two that was a little bit like a misstep, but don't lose hope, because right now, like the Cancerian energy, something's going on in your guys' like planetary action. Seems really good. Anyway, let me not speak too soon though. So 2 of Cups. Okay, so there's someone spying on you that is wanting to come forward, but I'm sort of hearing, and I don't mean to offend, like they're damaged goods. That's sort of what I'm getting from this. So I don't know if, and that could mean a lot of things, right? Again, I never come at this with like, pessimism or, I'm sorry, I'm not judging you or your person, right? These are just messages as I'm hearing them. Your person is wanting to step forward, and I almost feel like they possibly owe you an apology, or there's something about their level of confidence that really stops them from coming forward to make any sort of offer to you. And I'll be honest, if it's not damaged goods, I know that's such a loaded term. It could be someone who's just really shy. Maybe they feel like they have it hard in love, or they always get rejected, or I'm really getting confidence issues here for the most part. The wounded warrior, someone whose guard is up, their defenses are up. The thing is, they're looking in your direction and they're wanting to spy or wanting to communicate, probably both. I don't think it's someone brand new simply because what's between you guys and the page, the page of communication though, and thought, and spying, but not in a creepy way. This is like, I want to make sure it's a good time to come in. Like if I were to give Cancer an offer, are they with somebody? I think it's more that detective work. It's not necessarily, although I suppose it could be an ex peeking in to see if you are with someone else or whatever, but, and if you're already with someone, Cancer, this is quite simply saying it's like they have their tail between their legs, like they know they did something wrong and they have to come forward and make an apology to you. So that's what I'm looking at. I think this is repairable. I think this whole, I'm going to say damaged goods, but again, use the term lightly. They're at the 9, almost the 10. So whatever insecurity or fear they're holding back on in terms of approaching you with, again, communication, apology, flirtation, whatever it is, I think they're almost at the point where it's like they're going to cave, they're going to give into it. So let's make sure they've done their healing work. Tell me more about this person potentially looking at or coming in to Cancer. They may have had to heal some family issues, as well as, I'm almost getting like ancestral karma, things that were passed down from generation to generation. This person may be a single parent with a child, whether they are male or female. So it could be that they just have a lot of responsibilities and they are very protective of their child and of their own life. So obviously, and I do like this message, if they're going to extend some sort of gesture to you, Cancer, it's like they're wanting to make sure that you would be compatible in their life, right? I'm almost getting they're looking out for the best interest of the child. If they don't have a child, it's speaking in metaphor about them, right? About what their heart truly wants and what they're capable of giving, right? I mean, I'm not going to look past the fact that there's possibly insecurity issues, almost, nervous kid in junior high type vibes when they ask a girl out or a guy out or whoever, right? And possibly in the past, they were a little bit immature. That doesn't mean necessarily like, unreliable, goofy, oddball. It doesn't necessarily mean that part of immaturity, but there's something that, again, internally needed a little bit of growth. It needed a little bit of, it needed to like be worked out and like some momentum gained internally on their own spiritual path before they felt ready to extend some gesture to you. So, give me one more card about this person. I'm hearing Virgo. Virgo, maybe Aquarius. Yeah, they want to build with you. Card of teamwork. Yeah, and they're coming in from the cold too. So again, this might be someone who is they're not brand new. I don't know if you guys ever dated before. I don't necessarily get that. But they're coming into something warm from what is right now. It's a little bit cold. It's a little bit frosty. It's, the ground is frozen, right? So this communication, I do think it's a little bit delayed, but I mean, hey, maybe around Christmas time, especially if there's snow on the ground, that bodes well for you. I always see a Scorpio in this card. I think it's just my interpretation as a reader. I always think is that a Scorpio? Is that a Scorpion in there coming in from the cold? So yeah, you may have been dealing with a Scorpio who kind of had their defenses up. But I actually love that if this is all indicative of either their parenting skills or whatever this is, there's a warmth to it. It's like, no, let me show you the right way to do it. Like this can be really fun. It's like, I'm almost getting like this, there's this beautiful mentor ship. There's like a mentor type figure about how they love the people in their life. It's like they want to get in on the action. This isn't like it's not the dad who sits on the sidelines like, yeah, good job, honey. It's like, no, they're in on the action. They're right there with you. Like, I'm hearing like charming and caressing, but like motivating you and kind of, do you understand what I mean? They're right down in there. They see what you're trying to do and they want to help, but they're not doing it for you. It's like they'll stand behind you, Cancer. How beautiful is that metaphor? I like that a lot. All right, so tell me more about this communication, please. I didn't even see it. It didn't really fall out. Don't get stressed about it. Don't be anxious about when this is coming in or if it's coming in or if they're going to change your mind. You will block your blessings if you're living in Nine of Swords energy because, yeah, universe says it's coming. Do you have faith in me, Cancer? Do you have faith that I'm going to let this person in when it's the right one? Because I'll be honest, this could be multiple people. This could be someone who wanted to come in and universe is saying, nope, hold. Like, this person has too much baggage. If they can work through it, like, I'm going to let you finish. But, like, it's like I'm protecting Cancer. So if you're coming in, you better come in right. You better come correct. Universe is saying, do you have faith in me, Cancer? Do you? That's important. I've been seeing that word faith a lot, and I got a lot of Cancer in my chart. There was one day I think I came across that word like 5 times throughout the day. It was crazy. It's very important. Do you have faith? Yeah. So what does this person want to communicate? The Queen of Pentacles. I got something big. I got something good. That's something kind of sexual. That's not what I meant. The Queen of Pentacles makes very good offers. This could potentially indicate a Capricorn, male or female, or any earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, especially if this is a female-female dynamic, Cancer, very much like kind of same-sex partnerships. It doesn't have to be. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of very strong women in this. And whether your suitor is male or female, I actually feel like there's a very strong, so I'm not sure if this message is negative or positive, I'm just going to say it, but there's a very strong female in this person's life. So I don't know if that's their mother. I don't know if that's their child. It could have been their grandmother. There's someone, I am sort of getting a generational push. I don't know. I'm just getting, there's a very strong, powerful female dynamic, but it's not something you need to be intimidated by. Like, dare I use the cliche, so overdone, like, what is a good term for it? Like evil stepmom or, like the evil mother-in-law. I don't get that. Okay. Just to be very clear, it's not about that. This person had to grow their confidence. This person needed to be nurtured a little bit more in order for them to be able to do that for you, and vice versa, right? You guys know it's a two-way street, right? You can't always be the one being coddled, and I don't have to tell Cancer that because you guys are some of the most nurturing creatures out there. This person wants to communicate that they see you as the future wife or the future mother of their children, or again, vice versa if you're male. Put it in context of what makes sense. And again, I always want to underscore, I'm not here to promise you the sun and the moon and the stars, but these cards are very strong. If this person can get over this last little hurdle in their life, I think they're coming in. Yeah, so there's a couple messages too here with the whole like powerful female. They may have a spirit guide that has been watching over them, so not someone here in the physical 3D, because there's a source of pain from inside them that needs to be healed. And interesting. I'm hearing that if you already knew this person, I get this message for you a lot, Cancer. And I don't mean to fuel your ego, but it is a really beautiful message. And it always comes through is that you may unknowingly project a really amazing vibe of like healing or magic or something very spiritual. And it's either that it intimidates the fuck out of this person. Oh, shoot, I'm not supposed to swear. I got in trouble from YouTube because I curse too much, so I gotta watch that. No more cursing. Annie's done cursing in these. Anyway, you intimidate the heck out of this person, or again, Spirit has thrown you some blocks and some obstacles, so this person would not be allowed past a certain point if they haven't done their own spiritual healing, because it's like... Cancer, you in your past have probably dealt with a lot of emotional ups and downs, and you had to fight your way through it and come into your power. This person is being held accountable to do the same, if not by you, then by a higher source. I'm sort of getting like, we're not going to mess with Cancer anymore. Like Cancer has done the hard work. Cancer has done the spiritual work. So this person better as well, or nope. I am sort of getting there's been obstacles in this relationship in terms of this person coming together with you. So again, if they're willing to put in the work and get past their own baggage or whatever you want to call this, it's almost like they're in training for you. It's like you're going to have this at the end, but you have to do the work to get there. And I think this person is putting in the work. The Page of Swords is a weapon, right? She's a fighter. He, she, whatever. We know they're a fighter because they're showing us the wounded warrior. This is also a card of like soldiers and military, right? This person is a fighter, so if they can put their best foot forward, this relationship could offer really compatibility in terms of the healing presence you bring to one another's life. A gift. Yeah, cool. Oh, you guys, it's adorable. You got any earth signs on the horizon? Because that's looking real good, Cancer. Look what you got. That's a divine pairing, right? And you guys know the drill. It has nothing to do with gender, same-sex, absolutely same-sex couples. I'm seeing a lot of that here. But, whatever you're looking for, these are a divine pairing because their elements match, right? They're on the same page. They have the same goals, the same desires. It doesn't have to be identical, right? Because clearly they're not. There's king and queen, but they're both of the earth element, so they would work together very well. Again, king and queen of pentacles for me, all the court cards have kind of like a different tone to them, right? The kings and the queens, like they're high up. We like seeing them, absolutely. With Earth, it very much talks to the idea of someone you could build a home with, someone you could build a life with, someone you could, I guess, build a career with. The king and queen of pentacles are very much like mommy, daddy, husband, wife, head of the household, but let's say like co-owners of the household, right? It's not necessarily about one upping the other, but there's a mutual effort to go in on it together. Do you understand? Like they both hold a coin, they both hold themselves in high regard, they both have self-respect, they know how to set boundaries. They're not in it to win it in terms of let's rush and get it done. They're like, I'm going to grow this seed, but first I'm going to water it, and then I'm going to give it sunlight, and then I'm going to wait, and then I'm going to water it again. Like longevity, because they're willing to put in the work and effort over a period of time. Yeah, something about the pentacles especially, it spans the generation. Generally speaking, it's long-term. Now, I know some of you are going, yeah, but I dated a Virgo, and then he dumped me. Well, he wasn't the king of pentacles then. Do you understand what I mean? So if this person is coming correct, it's almost like their goal is to heal any remaining things so that they can be this person in your life. This is frequently a card of celebrations. It is sometimes a card of reunion, getting the gang back together. For some of you, this almost seems like this could have even been a divorce in your life, in which case, I'm not saying you are going to rush back into their arms, though if you're desiring it, again, if this person can step up and do, I'm wanting to say the last few bits of their healing process, introspection, their individual spiritual path, I don't know, Cancer. This has the potential to heal a lot of things. For others of you, if this was someone you dated casually and it didn't work out for one reason or another, if we can get rid of any type of third-party energy or whatever was preventing, the happiness and joy to sort of, succeed with all that great growth and abundance between you, I feel like this person's goal in communicating is to either heal and I want to be careful with this, heal the pain that they caused you, but I am going to put a push in for this. It's not their responsibility to do that, right? It's great when we get closure. It's great when we get those apologies. Don't count on it. Make sure you're doing the work anyway, so that despite what happens with this person, you're good. You still got a really good pentacle to offer. And I actually love that this is coming out over your energy. So my male Cancers, absolutely, this is confirmation for you. If you are a female Cancer, this still applies. It's saying you're taking on the more masculine energy when this thing gets up and running. It's your person that needs to be a little bit more receptive. It's your person that needs to be a little bit more gentle and feminine. Again, we all have dark and light energy, masculine, feminine. There's duality in every single person out there, right? This is saying your person coming in is acting in a more feminine, let's say almost like Venus type energy, right? Whereas you're being kind of shown here as the more masculine energy. And don't let that freak you out, Cancer, right? Again, it's about your duality of your own spirituality, of your own nature. Don't you want someone who actually steps up and woos you and romances you? Like, I actually kind of like that it's being shown in reverse. Yeah. Cycles. This is a new cycle, baby. You have a couple cards of Capricorn here, as well as Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's get potential outcome here. I know some of you are like, win. I have to be super honest, guys. I've told you this before. Tarot doesn't really tell me dates. I can try for it, but I think the window of inaccuracy is huge. And so I hesitate to even do it, because it says to me, the card of patience came up, right? I think you will know if this strongly resonates with you, I think you'll know if it's your story. You have to trust your intuition, but I can't really put a date on it, other than you have a lot of cards of 3. In fact, you have almost all the 3s. So 3 weeks, 3 months, I don't know. I mean, these are December monthlies. That means the energy is available to you in the month of December and moving forward. It doesn't end, right? Energy is free flowing. It's, it could possibly be like 3 weeks into December or whatever. Again, don't set yourself on the timeline of it has to happen here. Do the spiritual work, put your best foot forward. If this doesn't have to be someone from the past, I'm just putting it out there because I know some of my Cancers are like, no, never again. And that's cool. Good for you for setting boundary lines. However, I do sort of sense this might be someone from a lot of your pasts. If that's the case, though, this is sort of a nod to you of saying, hey, go out, mingle, meet the people, date other people, try other people on for size, because you may very well, in fact, I think this is very true, you may end up having options where it comes down to possibly the one who's a fresh start, and then maybe the one from the past who comes correct. That's sort of what I keep hearing, and gosh, Cancer, that kind of seems like a dream come true for you. But again, it's not for everybody. I certainly hope it's for a majority of you out there, but you got to use your own judgment here. Ooh, Ace of Cups. It just keeps... Ooh, Cancer. It just keeps getting better. All right, so let's talk about this, though. Oh, there's so many things I want to tell you, though. So, Ace of Cups. Aces are beautiful. We always want aces. They do start with us, though. So this says, if you don't have an overflowing cup of abundance for yourself, if you don't practice self-love, if you don't love your life just as it is, it's going to be hard to give that love to someone else and not feel drained at the end of the day. You can't pour from an empty cup. Now, the Queen of Cups typically has a lot of love in her heart, right? So this is a Cancerian card, kind of without a doubt. The cup is closed off, though, so that does indicate to me some of you may not choose to accept this apology or choose to accept this offer, especially if this is saying you guys have been through a lot together. Like, there's been a lot of ups and downs. It's been a little bit rocky. you can choose to say, thanks, but no thanks, I'm good. I got something else coming in. Like, I feel the vibe of someone else and I'm more intrigued to chase it. Absolutely, Cancer. You can do that. You don't have to take this. I do kind of want to say this person back. I just have to be honest. There's 2 queens here and 1 king. I just want to put that out there. If third-party energy came into this, which, I don't know, Cancer. Everybody's life is complicated. I don't necessarily condone entertaining people who were at one point in time in a third party with you, because how did they not know? Like, if they were so certain it was the other one and they didn't choose you, well, again, are you minimizing your value to wait for the one until they see the light? That's a tricky territory. It's a little bit dangerous. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying this heartbreak for some of you could have been caused by a third party, especially with your earth sign, or if you're I was going to say masculine. I'm just going to be honest. It's probably a masculine. Was entertaining 2 queens. Just putting it out there. Still, I think this person is starting to understand that, wow, I may have let something go that was a really good thing. They may be returning to your past and wanting to communicate something, but I do sense almost like shame here. Like, I chose the wrong one. And I do almost see this as I've seen the light. It's almost like the spirit guides are chiming in, like, you know, I'm just giving an example, of course. This one broke my heart, and spirit guides like, yeah, but remember the Cancer? Like, yeah, but remember the other queen that was somewhere in the mix way back when? Anyway. All right, so 2 queens, again, just little red flags. I'm just putting it up there. Don't accept love from someone who doesn't know that they want you, right? Don't accept love from someone who doesn't know who to pick, right? Especially if they're rebounding, right? This could potentially be that only because of all the third-party stuff. So whenever we have the 3s, I always like to look at what we're missing, right? You have 3 3s, 3 3 3. Look at the clock. When you see that, that's a confirmation from source, from spirit, from your angel guides. You have pentacles, you have swords, you have cups, you don't have wands. So wands is fire, passion, and action. Sometimes it can be communication. Sometimes wands is spirituality, self-expression. Who's holding the wands in this scenario? It's your other party, right? So this is saying to me, in theory, a lot of my Cancers are very passionate about life right now. A lot of my Cancers are expressing themselves in a beautiful way, living their best life is sort of what I'm getting at. Wands are like the fuel, the light, the passion that burns within us, right? You seem to be there and showing up in aces. I like that. Yeah, like, again, a lot of self-love. That says to me, protect it. Don't give that away so easily, because I think you may have in the past and it burned you. So learn from the lessons, but then don't bring that baggage into the next relationship. Just bring the lessons you learned and implement them, right? Practice those lessons you learned about self-love. What we're missing, though, is the wands, and he or she, right, doesn't matter, seems to be the one holding the wands. He's holding that ace of wands, though, right? Yes, there's 9, but he's holding that ace of wands. And let's just be honest, they're so phallic. So for some of you, this is absolutely a masculine who maybe at one point in time had a chip on their shoulder, maybe didn't feel comfortable expressing things and being vulnerable, talking about things that hurt them, talking about quite literally their emotions, right? They have the potential to express this Ace of Wands. They're certainly thinking about it. And Page of Swords is a good communication card. I wouldn't say it's my favorite one, but it's like the seeds have been planted. The idea is already there. They just have to take action. So again, I'm going to reinforce the fact, Cancer. This is up to them. If they step forward and come through for you at the end of the day and it's great and it's magic and it's wonderful, fantastic. That's beautiful. Congratulations. If it doesn't, though, you still need to be good in knowing they have the power to communicate this whole time and they chose not to. So I'm going to find someone else because I got love to give, baby. I'm living my best life over here. Cancer, you may also have choices too, especially my Cancers seeking female partnership. Whatever gender you are, you very likely are going to have 2 options in the form of a water sign and an earth sign. Water being Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, earth being Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And again, accounting for a lot of 3s. It's not necessarily saying third-party energy. It's saying, oh shit, now I got to choose one because I got 2 delivered into my lap at the same time. And it's like, trust your intuition. It's not going to confuse you, Cancer. That's not a message to stress you out. That's saying don't settle. Don't simply settle for the first one that comes in or for the one that you're kind of iffy on, because I use this metaphor a lot, low-hanging fruit. Just because it's there doesn't mean it's delicious. It's like aim a little higher. See how he's looking at the one that's easier? It's lower down to the ground, you know, whatever metaphor you want to use. He's holding another one, though, and it's technically in higher regard, right? It says don't settle. Shoot for the stars and the moon and the sky. Set your intentions, because if you tell the universe, I think I can do better, they're going to be like, yeah, you can. Or not I think, right? It's very important the way you speak your manifestations. I know I can do better. I know there's something coming else in for me. Absolutely. Be certain about it. And keep hunting. Keep digging, right? If something about this doesn't sit right with you, as much as you want this person to maybe transform and change their ways, again, it's really up to them. You don't really have a lot of say in it. So some of you may get surprised and you may be very happy. And others of you can continue to wait, or you can continue to put yourself out there, because I think you have really beautiful cards, Cancer, so don't give up the fight. This is good. Queen of Hearts. What does that mean to some of you? I'm seeing Queen of Hearts. Confidence can be the most powerful aphrodisiac. Yeah, because that's the thing. I don't find this card particularly sexy, because this guy's like shaking in his boots. It's like he needs that vote of self-confidence to move forward and not just be like, hey, Cancer, I've been thinking about you. Or like, hey, I have something great to give you. I'm coming in as the Queen of Pentacles, right? Yeah, someone here needs to step up. And feel free to reverse the messages, Cancer. I mean, this certainly could be you coming in to you know what I'm trying to say. I'm losing my words. To come into with someone else. I shouldn't have used that. Again, sounds sexual. Okay. Be both everywhere and nowhere at once. When someone sings from the heart, don't go tone deaf. That's what this feels like to me. I feel like some of you, there's someone in your life who finally grew up. They matured and got their life together. Or again, I don't mean to hate on them, but kind of gathered up the baggage and understood, oh, I'm holding on to some stuff that's not helping me. My wall's up. That's not serving me in my love life. I'm going to let the cards down. I'm going to communicate, and I'm going to express things from my heart. I'm going to sing, Cancer, a song of romance to help heal my own heart, to heal my own baggage, as well as maybe theirs. It's this, as tricky as this card can be, it can also indicate that healing is taking place, right? We're in the thick of it, but once we get to the 4, it's like, okay, there's peace of mind because we've communicated that thing that needs to be said. And I'm very much advocating for some of you guys to do this as well, too. There may be someone who you always have like a torch in your heart for, you're carrying the flame for, but you're blocking yourself from expressing that desire. By all means, Cancer, you don't always have to be the one being chased. And sometimes that's what universe is trying to get you to see. Yeah, the only 3 you're missing here is the 3 of Wands, which is like your ships are coming in. I was going to say, I know this has to do with what I just said because they fell out as soon as I said your ships are coming in. Look at these people. They're both holding the wands. That's what we were looking for, right? Again, communication, passion, adventure, fun, creativity, spirituality. And this one is like, it's a win. It's a victory. A lot of attention, and a huge sense of pride. And again, overflowing with self-love. It can sometimes be confidence or cockiness, but I actually feel like, in a sense, hear me out, I feel like this is what this needs. Somebody needs to come in and like, you know what? I finally know what I want. I'm very confident in my decision moving forward. And some of you, I am kind of hearing you're going to let the player pass you by this time. Even if I think some of you have been hoping that a player comes back and has changed their ways. You're still kind of showing up with a player here. Well, you're not, but your person. So you guys might literally like ride past each other and be like, oh, hey, nice to see you again. Oh, no, I'm not single anymore, but good luck to you. That could happen, or others of you may entertain the conversation of this could be magic, right? Especially if this is someone new. I mean, it won't start off as kings and queens, right? It starts off as something small and grows, again, organically. You don't have to force it. There will naturally be some sort of like ignition, some spark between you. And this seems like it could be kind of cute. This seems like it could bode well. And again, some of you are going to decline an offer, whether it's new or old, and that's okay too, because you're listening to your heart. You're following your intuition. Cancer, crushing it on the romance. Yeah, I know it's snowy and frozen now. Just you wait. Again, this may even talk about the passing of the seasons, earth energy, right? It can't grow when the ground is frozen, but you bet your you know what, because I'm not allowed to say anything dirty. I've learned the error of my ways. Those seeds will come up in the spring when they were supposed to, right? Yeah, a lot of you may have an Aquarius who looks back and regrets that they chose someone else. And then a lot of you have possibly a new fire sign coming in, and you're going to have a decision to make. You're going to have a decision to make about trusting your gut and not repeating past errors. You have another divine pairing here, King and Queen of Swords. Now, what's between them? So again, possibly air signs. Interesting. Some of you, possibly air signs, there's been a lot of emotional hurt. Gemini. Why am I wanting to say Virgo? I just keep hearing Virgo. So again, possibly a Virgo. There was some karma there. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Now, for some of you, you may end up fixing it, especially if this is an old flame, an old soulmate. You may communicate and express that you both have changed your ways and are wanting to give this another shot. Absolutely possible. For some of you, it's saying just under this very difficult breakup, the next one coming in is your 10 of Cups. So bear that in mind. 10 of Cups is showing up. I'll be honest with you, it's a few cards down. So if you're looking for marriage and babies and moving in together or whatever this is, it might take a little ways to get there, but it's there and it's showing up. So again, there's decisions. 2 of Wands, there's decisions to be made, again, for a lot of you between the past and the new one, or the past and the present, right? Some of you might be with someone already, or possibly 2 people showing up from the past. I don't know, Cancer. Anyway, you got options. Romance angels. Oh, I kind of feel bad. I was going to use my new decks and I didn't get to use them on you yet. We'll use them for career and finances. All right. Tell me about who is this wounded warrior. Tell me about this 9 of Wands person. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Oh, Cancer. All right, tell me about this Queen of Pentacles who either needs to do the healing work or is offering something that will bring healing to a relationship. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. All right. Tell me about this King of Pentacles. I kind of get this vibe from you, Cancer. So let's see. Red flowers. What are the red flowers? That's what I'm seeing in this card. Maybe someone's going to give you roses. Oh my. Nope, we're not talking on the King of Pentacles. Ooh. Tell me about this King of Pentacles, and then we're going to move on. Oh my God, you got 3. Oh my God, you got 4. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. It's so romantical. Wedding. This situation involves marriage. He is my husband card. I'm going to say it, Cancer. So finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Finances are always going to be of the utmost importance to this king, especially if you're dealing with a male earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or even a female, right? Earth signs think in terms of money, and ain't nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make them superficial. It doesn't make them money hungry or greedy. It's important, right? They look at money as the utmost importance in order to live and thrive. With that, you may need to introduce to them the idea of, hey, like, let's just go out for fun, right? Of course, earth signs know how to have fun, but like they put their responsibility, their work before almost anything else. So gentle reminder, that might be part of the negotiations of the deal if you are looking for long-term with this person. But I mean, 3 of Cups is here. You're going to have fun. Like it seems pretty good. And then children, your love life is being affected by children right now. So possibly I don't even say male, whoever, an earth sign, possibly with children, or again, someone who has been neglecting their inner child, their inner needs and desires. That needs a little bit of repair. And then this, I don't know. I mean, you got the wedding card, damn, Cancer. And that's what I mean. I can even see it right now. It's staring at me right now. It's not here instantly, but it might already be kind of circling in your life if you are looking for this. And not everybody is. There's potential here, Cancer. So don't give up hope, Cancer. Keep fighting the fight. It's safe for you to love again. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So if this is you, Cancer, let your guard down, right? Remember the lessons you learned, but love freely, right? All right, moving on to career and finances. Cancer, another good reading, another good love reading. I hope it comes true. It's the power of Beyonce. Channel your inner Beyonce. All right, let's talk about career and finances. Shall we? Friends Tarot. I just got Friends Tarot. I'm stoked. All right, Cancer, career and finances. Oh my God, these are so long. Sorry. I can't abandon you on a good love reading. Uh-oh, I don't like that. But we kind of have to take it. It fell out. Career and finances. Someone may have gotten the position that you were gunning for. Someone may have gotten something that was rightfully yours, but they may have... it's like they just squeaked by is sort of how I'm getting it. I'm actually getting somebody made a decision, but it was the wrong decision. So this could be you too, but it could also indicate that if you were gunning for a position and it went to your competitor, it might not last that long. The competitor who got the role, if this makes sense to anyone out there, they may choose to leave on their own accord. Because it's almost like the Two of Swords is like this one or that one. Who do I choose, right? He's holding the Two of Swords. He's also holding the Ace of Swords there, but it's pointed down, which says to me, ooh, I regret this. And that's really what the Five of Swords is. It's someone who makes a decision and, you could say it's head games or this and that, whatever. There's baggage that comes with this card. It's a 5. It's awkward. It's uncomfortable. If this is someone who took a job that was meant to be yours or a boss who hired someone else instead of you, I almost feel like there's something about that it was never meant to be. So it may come back to you later, or you may move on and be like, oh, thank God I didn't take that job. It's not at all what I wanted. I gotta be honest, I hate to say this, but I almost see that as you in the background, like, oh man, oh nuts, I didn't get that card. Or I didn't get that job, rather. Did you not get the car? The car? I don't know what that's about. Something about you didn't get the car. Oh, man, they gave the car to someone else. Thanks a lot. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, moving on. Tell me more about this, please. Matthew Perry, holding the Five of Swords. Yeah, let that one go. It was not meant to be. And that even may have to do with a relationship with an Aquarius. Sorry, my nose is runny. Some of you are going to be working in an office building or a new corporate building where you have to dress to the nines, but you can do a Cancer. You're going to look good. Some of you are actually going to start working at like a daycare, or you're going to be helping other people's children. I don't know what that means exactly, but I don't know if you're nannying or babysitting, or you may even have a friend come and move in with you who has a very small child. I'm also seeing dolls, not like Barbie dolls, like maybe baby dolls, or I don't know what that is. I'm seeing dolls. I don't know. Do you make dolls, Cancer? I don't know what that is, but I mean, seems positive. It's coming up for a reason. Some of you are putting the fake one down, the job where you thought there was potential in it, but come to find out it wasn't what you thought. Some of you are putting that one down and you're embracing your inner Empress. I mean, you have the Empress card, which is great. It's a card of motherhood. Some of you may be full-time mommies, and, hey, that's chill. That's cool. If that's what you want to do it. I mean, you were born to be mothers of the zodiac, right, Cancer? All right, let's see if this is a new message or the same one. And this is a great card for entrepreneurs, or you being the boss. So if some of you are gunning for like some sort of like executive title, something where you would be above the rest or in some sort of power position, it's coming through. Like I almost sense like there's a swing and a miss, and then the next one comes through and it's bigger and it's better. And again, you're on the throne this time, like you hold more power. So you may be gunning for multiple opportunities or applying to multiple jobs or positions, role changes, title changes, right? I'm not saying you have to up and leave your company or whatever it is. I feel like there's a swing and a miss on this one. The Five of Swords and the Ten of Wands is like, nah, put it down. That was not the one. Some of you may end up working with children or becoming a teacher and quickly realize, oh no, I don't want this. Like, I want to mother my own kids, not everybody else's. I could totally see that being in this card too. Like, yeah, no, this is too much work. Like, I'm exhausted. It's like, I go home never wanting to have children, and I don't want that to be my story anymore. So it's like, I'm going to put the baby down and just worry about my own kids, worry about my own projects. And even that metaphor of like the baby, like I don't want yours, I want mine. It could almost be like, whatever you create essentially is like your baby, your child. So if you work in any sort of artistic career where you are maybe having to support the creative decisions of another, and you're like, no, I don't want to touch that anymore. Like, I'm going to invest in my own creativity, my own baby, my own whatever. Empress is a great card. In fact, let's throw something on that. Tell me more about the Empress. Give me one more card on the Empress, and then we'll move into this other message. Venus, she rules with love. So you may take over some sort of leadership role where it was in a kind of a catty environment, or an environment where there was a lot of like cutthroat behavior, and you may come in and like it's a new era. There's a new reign of the Empress with Cancer in charge, and you are going to promote more love and compassion in however this business operates. It's like you look out for each other, especially if you're in charge. You may implement new rules or new like I was like by the book. You may be changing it up. I'm sort of hearing like you're changing up the law, right? Venus energy, it's Libra and Taurus. So yeah, it's like the written rule book. You're like, this is outdated. Let's update it and make it better. Again, oh, there's the Three of Wands. So that's interesting because that's the one we were missing in your love reading. It's coming in your career. So this says to me, Cancer, almost magician vibes. You do have all the threes. You have all the pieces to the puzzle here. They're just coming in different avenues of your life. So make sure you're spending time doing the romance dating thing if you want. Or if not, you have good stuff coming in your career, right? You may be waiting to hear about an Empress position, right? I mean, I know I'm using that obviously symbolically, but I'm seeing a crown chakra. I don't know. Something involving clothing, specifically shoe wear, like running, athletic wear, or you may be a trainer or a coach, or some of you are just hitting the gym really hard. Two of Pentacles. All right. Yeah. So some of you, there may be a strong collaboration, especially with an earth sign. This could even be your message of love, especially if you're waiting on like a Taurus or something. Because remember how that's what we were missing in the love reading, potentially with an earth sign. There may be a merging of bank accounts. The two become one. I'm wanting to start singing that Spice Girls song. Do you remember that song? Anyway, not gonna go there. The Empress, double down. You may have to take some sort of financial risk to gain more prosperity in the future. Some of you may be packing up your stuff and moving it into a smaller space, but it would be for a higher paying job. So again, maybe you're moving to like an expensive, like New York City. I see you having to collate. Is that the right term? That's like paperwork, right? What is that term? I'm almost seeing you putting a lot of stuff in one tiny box, or a lot of furniture in one tiny apartment. If you're looking to move, that looks very good. Possibly long distance. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, a telephone call is coming in. Any career in healing bodes very well, but there is something about, there's a little bit of disappointment. So grin and bear it. I could even say again, this is a tough message, but I hope you're ready for it. It doesn't have to be yours. There could be a job that you've been staying at, and somehow I'm hearing legitimize. That's not the word. Justify. Somehow you've been justifying it, but it may be doing damage to your psyche or suffocating your dreams, in which case universe may come in with like a tower moment to be like, that wasn't the one. So it's almost, I do sort of seeing you as packing up your desk and moving on. I do sort of see it as bittersweet, like you didn't love the job, but you needed it. I totally get that. We don't always have the luxury of choosing the dream job when we got bills to pay. But I think universe is saying the same message, like, don't you lose faith in me, because I know you're seeing this as a death sentence. But again, if it's showing up with 5 of Swords and 10 of Wands, it's not like you're being dejected from a 10 of Cups job, right? This isn't the dream one. So if you're in your dream job, Cancer, this probably isn't your message. Though I would argue this has probably shown up in your past if that's the case. For some of you, universe is saying, just you wait, because your ships are coming in, and they're coming in as the Empress. We generally like this far and away over this energy. So if you don't get the job interview, if you don't get the job, if you don't get hired, if you get released from a position that you never really liked, I'm just giving you glass half full vibes. You got something much better coming in. And all the mental baggage, or I know, like damage to the psyche, depression, anxiety about this job, you were juggling too much. Maybe that's what this is. And it led to your own demise, heartbreak, and pain. So this one is like you get to call the shots and you get to delegate. You're not responsible for doing everything. You get to bring people on board and split the opportunities. I just keep hearing this message. There's a big opportunity that comes in a small package. And I know that sounds really weird. I don't know how else to say it other than it's that metaphor of you have lots of stuff, but you have to put it in a tiny little apartment, or you're moving and you have lots of stuff and you may have to You may have to, what is the word? Choose the best. And maybe that has to do with clients. You may be in a job where it attracts a lot of riffraff and a lot of inquiries, a lot of messages, interviews, and this and that. Especially if you're a recruiter, it's like you're going to get tons of people applying, but then you actually have to sort through it and be like, okay, well, of the 50 that applied, 16 are possibly, potential candidates. Does that make sense? I see a huge pool of options, but you do have to, what is the word? You guys understand what I mean? You have to pick and choose the right ones. And that may have to do with stuff in your current environment. It's like you can only bring so much. And again, it's about organically releasing what you don't need, and in metaphor, energetically letting go of what might be holding you back. You may be clinging on to, I'm going to say, items out of sentimentality, or staying at a job because you love your coworkers, but universe is saying something needs to be sacrificed if you want to be the empress. So allow that to come in. This is saying, trust me. I have been, not me, universe is saying, trust me, I have plans for you. So this momentary heartbreak or pain or disappointment, struggle you're facing, it literally turns from frozen to hot, right? Cold to fire. Swords, air energy, a little bit cold, a little bit withdrawn, to fire, passion, ignition, right? Excitement, joy, passion. There's a flip-flop, and it has to do with, again, choose one. You can't have both. Which obviously, I know that seems like a clear metaphor. Well, I want the passion. I want the excitement. Something there, I don't know if it's a negotiation or it's a fair negotiation. For whatever this thing is, you can only have this much stuff in this tiny little apartment, or this much stuff in this tiny little office, or whatever this decision is. There's Libra energy. It's fair. Trust the universe. You do have good things coming up. In fact, they're stacking up one on another. You may have options, Cancer. 2 things that you are waiting to hear back from, or whatever the situation is, you may hear back from both, and they could offer you something that you see value in. But again, I'm hearing you can only have one, though. So again, this is kind of a repeat of your dating or your whatever romance life. Anyway, moving on. Okay, let's talk about this. New message, career and finances. The Hermit. Some of you may be working in a museum as like a museum curator or archaeological digs. And again, that could be a metaphor, doing something with, I always say this to you, something about old photographs. You may be restoring old paintings or old artwork, something that you could show in a museum. Some of you may be having your own exhibit in a museum, especially if you're an artist. I'm seeing sort of like splatter paint, like Jackson Pollock style paint. So again, it doesn't have to be specifically that, but in that realm of possibility. The Hermit, what is the Hermit shining the light on, please? Yeah, some of you have a Virgo interested in you. Absolutely. This message has come up a lot. Gosh. There's your King of Wands. All right. So if you I know I'm trying to make this about career, just give me a second. If you got out of a really rough relationship with an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and you are not interested in rekindling that, your next person, be it a Virgo or a Leo, might end up being your 10 of Cups person. They're shining a light on you, and they're very excited to build something with you. This could also say there could be a career collaboration, even in a 10 of Cups scenario, right? It doesn't have to be sexual or romantic, but there could be a really solid long-term business partnership with a Virgo or a King of Wands, someone who's very creative. And there would be a lot of travel opportunities involved here. Maybe you're going to different museums or different, what is a good term for it? I'm getting an itchy nose. I hear usually that's a good thing for tarot readers. Like you're on the trail of something. Itchy nose. Something about travel opportunities where whatever you're going to see in different areas, obviously it's the same department or the same division or the same whatever. But again, it's travel. It's travel opportunities, Cancer. I don't know. And again, it's very historical, like ancient pyramid style. Some of you may be going to Egypt or something. But again, in metaphor, it's like old things, restoration, antiques, something of the sort. It's a little bit nerdy, Cancer. It might be your nerd card. Like you may have an insane amount of knowledge. You're extremely passionate about something that, I don't mean to offend you, but it's like other people would deem nerdy because you have this wealth of knowledge on something oddly specific. Like, 15th century, blah, 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 you know everything there was ever written about that topic. And so it's a little bit overwhelming to like the average person, but it says you're passionate about it. And anytime you are insanely passionate about something, Cancer, I'm a big proponent of the money will follow. Go after that passion, because if you can show up every day excited to do this and talk about it and teach people about it, some of you may be teachers actually, the money will come to you. Yeah, money is almost a reward for putting your best foot forward and showing the world what you're passionate about. Yeah. Some of you are going to be almost like celebrities in terms of this division of your work. So again, if it's movie star, great. I don't necessarily sense that for all of you, though it could be. Especially you in some sort of, again, like a nerdy role. You may play like the professor in a movie or something like that. Anyway, moving on. This has to do with, again, I'm using the term celebrity lightly, but the idea of you acquire a certain amount of fame or recognition, or what is the word? Admiration, like acknowledgement of, wow, Cancer's like the top of the top in this arena. Whatever that is, if any of this is making sense, you have amazing cards. People are shining the light on you. In fact, I am seeing stage and spotlights a little bit. So for some of you, if you're an actor, singer, dancer, something you would do on stage or in the movies, that might potentially pan out for you. And especially with King of Wands and the Star, it's like it's divinely guided. And the Hermit is shining its light on it. So the Hermit has to do with your introspection and your internal spiritual path individually, independently. There could be a hell of a collaboration with a Leo or an Aquarius or a Virgo for that matter. But what the Virgo, if you want to view this as God, source, spirit, is shining his light on, or even the public, what the public are fascinated by, the spotlight is quite literally shining on the woman on stage, right? The star in the sky. Now, the star does talk about divine guidance, hope, destiny, your dreams and wishes. And so again, for some of you, it's movement, it's travel, it's something you're very passionate about. And again, just so you know where I'm getting it, kind of like that nerdy archaeological dig type vibe, which again, metaphors, it doesn't literally have to be that. There's something kind of historical about what you do. You may be working in costuming and doing something with historical garments or historical pieces. Revive, I'm hearing. Revive. Okay, moving on. I see some of you hosting a dinner party or some sort of fancy event. You may be attending it as well. You may have to make a speech unexpectedly. In fact, you may be there may be garnering recognition for something, and you don't know that the top prize was going to you. Yeah, in fact, this may come unexpectedly. This whole thing of like, thank you for attending the 2020 conference, blah, blah, blah. And, the highest ranking or highest grossing salesman of the year is Cancer. And you're like, like I almost see you deer in headlights, quite literally, where you're forced to make a speech, almost like an acceptance speech, Cancer. Wow, this is this feels cool, you guys. Do you see what happens? It's the Hermit again with your lucky Virgo. If you're looking to date, Virgo's looking real good. I don't know that many Virgos, to be honest. I wish I did. They're nice people. They're good people, those Virgos. They're very hard workers, too. Anyway, yeah, this is the same message. The light is being shown on you. The thing is, I think it is a surprise in a sense, but then you're going to look back and be like, no, I manifested this. Like in a really beautiful, confident way, you're like, no, I actually do deserve this. Like, I've been kicking ass, and I've been working my ass off and this and that. Am I even allowed to say that on YouTube? I don't even know anymore. Got to watch my language. Anyway, what follows the Hermit is the Wheel of Fortune. This has Wheel of Fortune vibes, all over it, rather. So, yeah, and I gotta say it, a lot of you are struggling actors. I mean, I understand this is Friends Tarot, it's with a wink, but I actually really do see this as again, potentially in the spotlight in some way. If it's not literally acting, it's saying a lot of you may have had to, again, go through tough times in order to acquire this money, this power position. The Magician is a power position. Excellent in terms of jobs regarding communication. It's Mercury energy. So if you are a writer, if you are a scientist, if you are involved in a technology-driven career, again, I'm seeing speeches, someone at a podium giving lectures and speeches. Maybe you're a teacher, a communications professor, something of the sort. Very, very good for that. And some of you are just going to throw like a big old party to celebrate your accomplishments, or someone may throw you a party, especially if you're already married to a Virgo. Yeah, your husband or wifey is going to come through and be like, let's celebrate you, Cancer. That's cute. I like that. You had to hit the bottom and get to the lowest of lows in order to understand just how far you needed to get away from that. So all the times that you felt lost and abandoned and any hardship you experienced, I know some are harder to justify than others. I'm just kind of hearing, we never forgot about you. Oh yeah, this is perfect. What is it Willy Wonka says at the end of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Like the original, please. We don't even talk about the Johnny Depp one here. Nope, sorry, not happening. We're talking Gene Wilder, okay? What does he say to Charlie at the end? It's something like, it's like, you know what happened to the boy who got what he always wanted? And Charlie's like, yeah, what? He lived happily ever after. This is Charlie Bucket, right? He inherited the chocolate factory. Do you understand my metaphor here? I know it hasn't all been sunshine and roses, Cancer, but you had to sink very low into the darkest of dark in order to understand how much you had to gain. And it did have to do with your internal work, your spiritual work, right? I'm not promising you Cinderella stories overnight. I couldn't do that as a tarot reader and, look at myself in the mirror. I just have to say you have really good cards. This is a tricky card. This is saying money is tight. Times are tough. I'm worried about my stability. But when it's clarified with King of Pentacles, those are two completely opposing dynamics. So whichever one you are, if you're rich and abusing power and collecting dirty money, well, watch out. Most of you, I don't think that's the case. I think this is like quite literally rags to riches story. Again, metaphors, but like you have huge power to turn your life around in any avenue you want. You just have to want to do it for yourself and to know that you can do it. And again, to have faith in the big guy in the sky. Look at you, King of Pentacles, Empress, King of Wands. You have fantastic money cards. And you had a pretty good damn love reading too. And you have the Star. You have the Hermit twice. So again, a card of Virgo and introspection, spiritual journeys. After the Hermit comes the Wheel of Fortune. You may have a Virgo in your life who's going to be very influential to help usher in the Wheel of Fortune. You're going to do it yourself, but you may have a mentor or a teacher, a spirit guide who is a Virgo that's like, yeah, we're gunning for it, Cancer. Like, this is going to be ours. King of Pentacles twice. The king of the career. Some of you, I say this to you all the time, Cancer. In fact, I'm getting sick of saying it, but I'll say it one more time. Your love and business life may coincide. You may end up merging partnerships with someone, both romantically as well as financially or business. You may operate something out of your home, and you and your husband, you and your wife, you and your partner, whatever. You may go into business with your spouse. I say that to you almost every reading because it always shows up in your cards. Yeah, or you may inherit the family business. If it's not literally your husband or wife, you may acquire something from your mother or from your father. Flowers. I'm hearing flower child, like hippy dippy flowers, the 1960s. I don't know. Again, retro. Are you archiving something from the 60s or flower power, peaceful, hippie, that kind of vibes? I just heard LSD. Careful. Watch that, Cancer. Ooh, but that's your 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups with the King of Pentacles. Possibly Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or someone who's very business savvy. You may own and operate a business that there's, again, two of you in command. That came up earlier. You do have tons of people. I have to be honest, I don't have a lot of storylines. You have King of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. You have the Hermit. You have the Magician. You have the Hermit again. You have the Empress. You have the King of Wands. And you have the Star, card of Aquarius. You got 10 of Cups showing up. Why? We can finally be at peace. We have peace of mind, knowing that we're already through the thick of it. Or again, we're going to be. If you're in the fives, as I like to say, right? In the chaos. Fives are agents of change, chaos. They are meant to lift you up so you understand, or if really they don't. They're meant to tear you down. That's what the fives do, so you understand, oh, like I got to go harder. I got to push myself harder because I'm quite literally settling for pennies. Don't settle for pennies. Raise your vibration. You're worth so much more than pennies. Metaphors, guys. We understand that, right? You're on your way through the fives. This can be a card of stiff competition. Even if that's the case, don't be intimidated by the competition. Know your value because you bring just as much value as the next Joe Schmo, if not a hell of a lot more. Are you seeing these cards, Cancer? These are amazing cards. Amazing cards. Yeah, getting through the fives, there will be peace of mind at the end of it. There will be a period of rest and rejuvenation, but right now I think it's saying, pedal to the metal. You gotta full throttle. You gotta push your way through. And then you have the star again. You are supported by the stars. The universe is supporting you. What's flanking the entire story of your I almost said acting career, Cancer. I didn't mean to, but sure, take it and run with it. What's flanking the ends of your anything in entertainment, performance, creative stuff. Anyway, YouTubers. Some of you are going to be big on YouTube or something, or social media famous. It could be something like that. What's flanking the ends of this is the star, Cancer. You are divinely guided. You are supported by the universe. Literally, what's supporting you and holding up this tarot spread is the star. This has to do with like God, right? Divinity of some kind. And it is about your hopes and your dreams and wishes. So again, look at the contrast of these cards. This one, she's in a ball gown. She's making practically acceptance speeches, right? Here she's watering her plants. Didn't we use that metaphor earlier, right? Like, I got to sow the seeds. I know the ground is frozen, but I'm going to keep doing the work. I'm going to have hope and faith that in the spring, something will bud, right? I'll start to see the buds pop up from the earth. You bet your ass you will. You will. You will. But it's going to take work to get there. Again, I'm not necessarily sensing Cinderella story, but for some of you, it's almost like I'm hearing all these Disney metaphors, like kiss a few frogs to meet your prince. In terms of your career, right? That has nothing to do with a gender thing, of course. But it's like you had to take a few shitty jobs to realize I am morbidly unhappy doing this. I can't do this anymore, so I'm going to take a risk, even though I'm going against the family tradition by not being a doctor or a lawyer. I know I want to be a spiritualist. I want to be a masseuse, right? Let's use this Phoebe metaphor. And even though it's kind of weird and it's kind of different and it's not a guaranteed success, I believe in it so much that I think the universe might believe in me too. They do. It's not going to happen overnight, but some of you, it's going to happen sooner than later because you've already been put through all this. You've already done the shitty jobs. You've already done the stuff you hate to do. And I think you've had to be smart and save your money or something about being practical with all this earth energy. You have a lot of earth energy. So again, acorns to oak trees, plant the seeds, but over time, you're setting yourself up for success. A toast, a celebration, Cancer. This is cool. This is real cool. All right. Career and finance cards. Tell me more. Cancer, I'm stoked for you. I hope you manifest this. I hope this is already coming into you. Take it and run with it. Leather gloves. I'm seeing leather gloves and I'm seeing guitar. Are some of you like rock and rollers, like Keith Richards type stuff? I'm seeing leather gloves. Oh, that makes me think of the movie Shop Girl. They weren't leather gloves, but like long ball. Actually, that's exactly what they are. And I didn't even look at this card, I promise you. Where's my Judy Garland card? Almost something you would wear with like a fancy dress. I'm seeing long black gloves. Maybe they're dominatrix gloves, Cancer. I don't know. And I was seeing flowers too. That was like my retro 60s thing I was throwing at you. Working with flowers opens your heart and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. That was bottom of your deck. Let's see if we can get anything to come out. Maybe you're going to buy something floral attire. Maybe you're decorating your new house or your new apartment with flowered wallpaper, flowered flannel sheets, or I don't know, something with flowers. Something with flowers. And again, that's a great metaphor, right? Plant the seeds, the flowers will bloom. I'm seeing flowers blooming out of your head. Knowledge. Some of you may be going back to school or acquiring more knowledge. It's more fruitful going on in your head. And relieving yourself of anxiety too. Some of you may be seeing like a counselor in order to get something to grow that was stagnant in your head and your mind. A life coach. Some of you may be doing alternative medicine. Almost like hypnotherapy is sort of what I'm seeing. Anyway, protected. You are safe and supported while you change your career. Yeah. There's kind of like a leathery type vibe going on. The Leatherman. All right, light and love. Your purpose is to bring divine healing, light, and love to the world. Ooh, there's your musician. All right. Practice. Polish your skills by practicing regularly. And whatever skills, right? It doesn't have to be for musicians, though that's certainly here as well. A lot of celebrity entertainment type careers, right? I'm not making false promises, but hey, maybe you're going to end up playing at some fancy stadium, whatever that is. Anyway. Cancer, that's what I got for you. Happy December. Looks like it's going to be a real happy December. The world and freedom. Anybody traveling? All right, I'm wrapping that up. Cancer, thanks for joining me. Hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. That's good karma. That's good energy, and it helps me grow this tarot channel. All right, I'll see you guys very soon for more Lil Sips Mini Love Tarot next time. See you then. Bye, Cancer.